What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Convos in the Cave. I'm your host, Mel, speaking. Appreciate all you guys. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe on the way in. Also, remember to click that notification bell. It's the only way we're going to grow. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. Man, let's get it, man. Today's conversation, guys. I'm pretty sure you all know what we're here to talk about. It's not rocket science, man. You know, we here to talk about Shannon Sharpe, man. And I'm not even going to go into the details of it because you guys, it's been out for a while now, and I'm pretty sure you guys understand the gist of everything. You know, I'm just gonna I just want to share my opinion on everything. You know what I mean? It's gonna be short, brief, to the point. So we're not gonna be here too long. But I just had this, this has been bothering me, and I decided to not talk about it, but I just can't help it. So we here, man. So yeah, those of you who enjoyed First Take, ESPN First Take, with Stephen A. Smith and Shannon Sharpe, I come to you with great sadness. According to the New York Post, Shannon Sharpe decided to step down. And he decided to step down because of his allegations with the Jane Doe. And allegedly her name is Gabriella Zuniga, and a lot of information been circling around that, they had an intimate relationship. He's around 55, 56 years old. She's around 20, 23, I don't know, 20, 21. I'm not sure her age exactly. But I know he met her at the age of 19. And that's what I want to talk about. You know what I mean? I want to kind of, get in depth about that part of the conversation and the situation. So, but without further ado, I just want to play you guys a clip of Shannon Sharpe, addressing his fans and his supporters, because I also want to let him put his side of the story out there. So I don't want to too much, dig in on just him by himself, before I, go into my opinion. So here we go, guys. Here's Shannon Sharpe and what he's had to say about the situation.
I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Buzbee, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Buzbee targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out.
So before I let him finish, I want you guys to know who Tony Buzbee is. Tony Buzbee is a lawyer, right? And he's a lawyer. He was the lawyer for the Jay-Z situation when they, said that Jay-Z was dealing with underage females. And he tried to, shake Hove down, you know what I mean? But Jay-Z, he stood on business and he told him to prove it. And now Jay-Z is filing a lawsuit against Tony Buzbee for defamation of character, and it's not looking too good for Tony Buzbee. He also was filed law 20, I think it was 23, 24 cases against Deshaun Watson, the quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, and 23 of those cases were dropped. So that goes to show you how important the situation. I mean, how much truth there was to those situations. If he had 24 cases against him and 23 of them was dropped, at this point, you just fishing. So here he is again coming for Shannon Sharpe. You know what I mean? And I think this situation is going to turn for the worse. But let me let Shannon Sharpe finish, guys. Sorry. Okay, Sharpe, finish your story, bro. You know what? I'm starting.
Trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Buzbee want $50 million, What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Family.
Now, we all know Shannon Sharpe and what type of character he portrays to be on TV, and that's no slight to him. That's just, I felt like he was an honest individual. He was straightforward. He have his little club, Shay podcast, doing really well. And, you go on that show, you have a drink, you just have some honest conversation. So I felt, I had no negative opinions about Shannon Sharpe until now. And the reason being is because I'm trying to figure out, right? How do you start a conversation with a 19-year-old, bro? What goes through your mind when you see... Let me give you some context real quick. This is just real quick so I could keep commentary going. Shannon Sharpe met this girl at the age of 19. He's 56, right? And she's 22 or 23 right now. So that was a couple years ago, right? The first conversation that they had, he told her that if you win this, whatever their conversation was or however it started, it was however it started, right? But he ended up telling her, if you join this weight loss competition with me, I'll buy you new breasts, right? That's where that stops with me. That's where it stops with me. Because my thing is, what is going through your mind to have a conversation of this magnitude with a 19-year-old female, bro? Remind you, let me give y'all some imagine, just imagine what I'm saying. Think about this. Shannon Sharpe is about 6'6", 6'7", about 270. Brolic. This girl is about 5'4", 5'5", petite, little skinny joint, right? So now, this brolic dude in the gym, 52 years old, pumping. You see a little baby walk by, and automatically that turns you on, right? So now, it has to be some type of mental block, bro. That's not telling you that this girl is not, I'm not gonna say not grown enough, because legally, whatever the case is, but not mature enough for you, right? For you not to understand that, it has to be something in your mental that's not clicking, bro. And that's my thing with it. What can drive you to the point where you actually want to have a normal conversation with a 19-year-old? Like, I don't even think, it's so many women in this world, especially so many single women in the industry who's older, who's much more mature, who's looking for love, or looking for friendship, right? That's out there that you can choose from. What goes through your mind to mess with these young girls basically straight out of high school? That's what I think about. You might as well go sit in front of a high school and wait for 12th graders to come out and start trying to holler at them. That's what type of person I think you are. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that this is how you are on a regular basis, but this situation, I don't feel like you should have been in this situation at the height of this, at this high in your career. I don't think that you should be even in this situation, and let alone how you speak to the girl. You know what I mean? Think about a 19-year-old girl, right? That means she have these fresh high school memories, bro. You remember when you graduated high school and you kind of, was older, you was like, I'm free. I don't got to go to school no more. You felt free and you have all of the old memories and stuff. I remember fresh, because you just left. She still have that. She still have those memories, and you mature adult, settled in his career, retired from the NFL, and you scheming on 19-year-old joints, bro. That's pathetic, man. That's straight pathetic, Shannon. And I don't want to say I'm happy, but you don't deserve anything to me. You deserve nothing, bro. You deserve to be in the penal system. That's where you deserve to be at, if you ask me. And that's just what it is, man. And I'm in that video right there, man. Remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe, share the broadcast. Trying to on the road to 2,000 subscribers, man. Remember to click that notification bell so you get all your videos early. It's your boy Mel, Convos in the Cave, man. We out.